Phoenix is Transcending, Friday, July 16th. Hi, my name's Nick Brooks.
And I'm Mike.
Thank you for watching. Hopefully you watched the first episode, and this is the second one now. Many more to come. Last time I touched on why I'm even doing this, and that is because of something I can only describe as evil that showed itself in my life. I've spent a long time theory crafting, and then started talking to Mike about it. And we've spent a long time theory crafting, coming up with many ideas as to what we're possibly dealing with, what I experienced, and I'm just going to kind of dive into one of the ideas today, put a little background to it so you can kind of understand. When I finish the book, I'll let you know. There's so much detail to everything that happened. It's really hard in a short video like this to really lay out everything that should and could be put in it, but I'll do my best, and I think from what I put out there, you'll get the point. So, basically, in a nutshell, I believe that we are in the middle of a organized attack on our way of life. I believe it is really based in witchcraft, which is why it seems so evil. I know a lot of women claim to be good witches. I talk to everyone I come in contact with anymore. Anyone who will talk to me, I try to chat with and get a feel for what's going on in their life, what they've experienced, what they know, who they know, are they witches, are they not? And I get a feel that there's all kinds of women out there who are dabbling and quite happy to be playing around with witchcraft, whether it be Wicca or some of these other types. And I can only guess. I don't know for sure, but what I dealt with for sure was very evil-based sorcery, spells being cast, things of that nature. And whatever is going on right now, at least in my life, and it's very easy for me to relate them to my issues and the circumstances with the events I dealt with to what's going on in society right now. It connects very easily, I think. So, let's see. I think I touched on the first episode of being betrayed, lied to, gaslighted, all of these fun things that happened to me. The betrayal really came from one of my longest friend. 34 years plus of friendship, and he betrayed me in a way that it happens. It happens all the time, I believe. People cheat. Sometimes couples get bored and they invite other people into their relationship, and I believe that's what might have happened in my situation. I think my ex-girlfriend, we're going to call her Kelly, and my friends, my friend and his wife, I think they all started hanging out together behind my back and having a little fun. And they, I believe, started doing things sexually, and all the while they were planning scheming and trying to find ways to talk me into the lifestyle. The thing is, though, that as far as I know, that these people they were never into this lifestyle, and maybe I'm wrong. I could be, but I was good friends with. We're gonna call him Chris. These are made-up names, of course, but we're gonna call him Chris. And Chris and I had talked about everything under the sun since we were little kids.
34 years.
34 years. I mean, we've and construction workers, and there's very little that was not talked about. Nothing that could not be discussed between basically brothers. But this was something that was never discussed, and a night was planned. I was invited over to their house, my girlfriend and I, and I didn't realize it until I got there, but the night had already been planned out by the three of them. I was the only one who didn't know what the heck was going on. And basically, we're going to go into this story, but this is a full-on episode, maybe even 2 episodes, all in itself. And that one will be labeled Magic Mushroom Night. And whatever happened Magic Mushroom Night, I put at a cult type level experience. Not that I've never been part of a cult. I've never wanted to be part of a cult, but what happened that night, I think, is how people get grabbed, indoctrinated, inducted. I'm not sure what would be the best way to describe it, but that's most certainly what they tried to do.
Just coercion.
Coercion, trickery, drugs, and then more drugs. And I believe that that they were basically, the whole evening was planned to make me do things against my morals and values. That's what that evening was all about. But we're going to go into that soon, just not today. Like I said, that's a deep episode. That'll be an interesting one. You'll want to listen to that one. But for now, the most important point for today that I want to get across is the fact that whatever is going on, which is most certainly a planned, organized group of people. We already put it out there last episode. I'm just gonna, from now on, refer to them as the cabal or the satanic swingers.
In this area,
yeah. Who knows? The swinging is the one commonality that I know among all of the people who I believe are taken by this, and I'm gonna just put it out there, evil. There's no other way to describe it. I've never judged people for what they do in the bedroom. I don't care. I never have cared, but it is most certainly evil when you try to drug your best friend of 34 years and basically try to either rape him or persuade him against his will to do things that you know he would not do if you didn't try to basically force him into things. I did not do the drugs that they tried to give me, and because I did not do them, I believe I was able to escape scot-free.
I think the night took a different turn at that time.
Didn't it? I mean, it turned to anger. It turned to
instead of just
It turned to anger. But like I said, we're going to touch that on a different episode. That'll be coming up very soon. I'm going to give you all a background to the entire story. What I'm laying out there is a cabal of evildoers that are most certainly in my area, which is the suburbs of Chicago. They are taking people, individuals, trying to break down. That is what this is. This is the breakdown of individuals through manipulation, through fear tactics, coercion. Basically, they tried as hard as they could to make me become a swinger. And when I told my friend that, listen, you're not really being honest, you're not telling me what's going on, but I get the feeling that you're trying to invite me into a lifestyle that I really don't want to be part of. And I said, I don't judge you. Well, you guys do whatever you're going to do, but that's just not for me. Then came absolute anger and threats. And what I want to get in today is the one of the very last things that Chris said to me after 34 years of friendship was he looked me right in the eyes and he asked me in a strange way, "Have you ever seen John Wick?" And of course, I'd seen John Wick many times. All three movies I've watched, and very.
You have the whole collection, don't you?
I've got the collection, and he knew.
Not just watching.
He knew I had the collection, and we talked about the movie briefly before, and it was what he put out there, and I think I touched on this in the last episode. What he put out there to me was basically a riddle. And that is how this cabal works. If any of you, and this is, once again, this is why I'm doing this, I am trying to reach out to other people who have had experiences similar to mine. Please, if you have, get in contact with us. Ask a question, send an email. Let's talk, because this is something, I feel like this group of people, as organized and as full in motion as they are already, I think it's about time that we, what is it, level the playing field. I think that's what that's a good one. I think it's time we level the playing field, and the only way we can do that is to make everyone else aware around us. Any of us that have dealt with this, if you know somebody that's been saying weird things and you're thinking to yourself, wow, I hope he's okay, or I hope she's okay. They're okay. They are fine. They're not lying to you. This is really happening. They are not crazy. We're in the process of actually getting some T-shirts made. I'm going to start building signs. Some of this stuff I'm going to give away. Some of it I might have to sell to kind of fund this movement that I'm trying to do to educate and basically we're here to create a resistance. This is a resistance against the cabal, and they have a head start. Whatever they're planning, I know for a fact it's evil. It's not good. If it were just swinging and people having extramarital affairs, then maybe you could just brush that off and just be like, well, people do what they're going to do. But I've seen firsthand that that's not what this is all about. It goes way deeper, because after he asked me that question, riddled me that little phrase, everything in my life changed. And basically, the very next day, people started letting me know that they were part of this. And No one just comes out and says anything. No one just says, "Hey, you're messing with the wrong people," or this or that. It's always through innuendo, riddle, coincidences. So, coincidences, riddles. He said that to me. He asked me, "Have you ever seen John Wick?" I didn't know how to take it at the time. I didn't know what he even meant. It struck me as odd because, like I said, he knew I'd seen John Wick. But then I started thinking about it, especially after I had my first encounter, my second encounter, my third strange encounter. And it just went down the list of people I worked around, people in my neighborhood, multiple people in my life started letting me know through innuendo and a bit of riddle themselves that they knew personal things about me. They basically laid out threats, and I'm going to go into. We're going to have talk of a lot of these because I've got a whole journal. Because I've got journals of all of this stuff. I've been working on a book for a while. The way this group operates, it's quite amazing, and if anyone's dealt with it, you're gonna really enjoy this because you're going to free your mind of all of that confusion and all of that doubt that you had. Like, is this really happening? Can this be real?
Or maybe this is even just waking you up, and some things that have been going on, you've just been taking them as, that's kind of weird. I wonder.
And it very well could be, and that's something that's been put out to me. I was focused on my life, which included raising my daughter, creating my business, making it, creating wealth, just trying to focus on the normal, monotonous everyday. I was completely oblivious to what was really going on. The best way to describe it, I think, is there's the game, which is life. You go, wake up every day, go to work, come home, spend time with the family, watch a little TV, go to bed, do it all over again. That's the game. But then there's the meta game. There's the game that's going on in the background that you don't really even know until that day that you know. And what this cabal is all about is taking people like me who are completely naive, completely innocent. I can't say completely innocent. I was hardly completely innocent, but I was a good person who was just trying to make a living and find my significant other and raise my child. But I didn't realize that the true meaning of life, and the true meaning of life is a battle between good and evil. It's been going on forever. It is most certainly still going on, and I believe that evil has a little bit of a head start, and they've got a plan formulated right now, and I think even people who are part of this scheme, some of them don't have a clue what they're actually part of, and some I think really do. I think some are fully aware of the sadistic evil plan, and others are just being fooled by use of compassion. Their heartstrings are being pulled on, and they're kind of falling suit to this whole game plan. And I see it all the time. I see it even with in relation to COVID. It's the same thing.
Willingly blindsided.
Willingly. Everyone knows something's a little off with this. Everyone knows that, wait a minute, they told us you didn't need masks, then you do need masks, then you don't need masks, then you need 2 masks. Now kids need to be wearing masks. Even people who are vaccinated need to be wearing masks. Like at some point you have to really start to stop and take a step back and think to yourself, what's really going on here? And you need to start getting in tune with your intuition. You need to use your gut decision making to help you along with some of these, because the road to hell is paved in good intentions. And I certainly believe that's a very old saying. And if you think about it and you actually spend 10 minutes just thinking about what that means, and I encourage you, sit there and just really think about that. What does that phrase mean, and how would that be the case? And I think it lays itself out, and it shows you exactly how that could be the case. Very easy to trick somebody into doing things just by pulling on their heartstrings, calling them a bad person. How dare you? How dare you not wear a mask and risk someone else's health? What does it cost you? What does it do to you? It's nothing. But it is something. It's taking away from your freedom. It's taking away from oxygen, from clean, fresh air, especially to children. I mean, come on. But anyway, so have you ever seen John Wick? It was an amazing comment that was made to me, and I have probably spent, I'd say, 8 hours just thinking about what exactly he might have meant by that.
I don't believe it's that little.
It's an amazing statement, because I mean it's a riddle. It's a riddle laid out to paint me a picture of something, and as soon as that was put out there to me, it's like the game changed, and then everything started to fall into place. Everyone started to let me know that they were part of this, and started trying to use fear tactics, started threatening me in little weird ways, threatening my daughter's life in little weird ways, trying to scare me. Now, trying to scare me. Luckily, it didn't work. I don't scare too easy. And I'm hoping by doing this that the old phrase "courage is contagious." I think that's something that we need to start talking about. People need to start becoming more courageous and start asking more questions, not just blindly listening to others who tell them this is how it is, this is what the facts are. Do a little research, do a little digging, spend a little time yourself digging into things, and please, if you've had any encounters with something similar to this, or if you know someone who is saying crazy stuff that you just didn't know how to take, get in touch with us, please.
Comments are always open. Contact information for us is in the description. Please let us know.